When did it online?
We're so professional here.
Well, I mean, I think part of this is I'm getting messages. Yeah,
Hey, my
full screen
phone
just
says you're
dropped
going
at
live.
10:19. So that's what he says, and then yeah, Bob's like, I keep getting kicked out. Maybe it thinks I'm suspicious. No, they've been messaging me for the last 10 minutes, but my phone goes to silent mode and at 10 o'clock. The biggest problem is this is a complicated thing I'm doing right now. It requires a lot of different things. And running the stream and trying to make sure that the stream keeps going is all I can do, or I can try to draw this picture, which is complicated. So I don't know. The stream just stopped. But Brent said that it stopped at 10:19, so that's been a good, long time ago. Oh, Cayen. It's Ross 065.
Hey-o!
Is it bots on oh no, it's on YouTube.
They played in your server.
You got a server, Brian? Man?
I used to have a Minecraft server way back in the day.
Oh!
How you doing?
Hi. Now you guys get cat butt.
Yo, how did you know Cayen was in here?
Because he subscribed to my YouTube channel.
Nice.
Oh.
There we go.
Back when I used to play Minecraft and all that all the time.
Minecraft is a thing. The obligatory cat butt.
Dang, Cayen, you're a minor celebrity.
Yeah.
There's no celebrity to me.
Which,
Well,
it's a thing. He's not. He's a Minecrafter celebrity.
Yo, you didn't touch us in that very well.
how are you doing, man? I haven't seen you in a while.
Make great skins.
Yeah. I used to do a lot of my own custom skins for Minecraft.
That's cool.
Alright, so since Guy's gonna make it tomorrow, Cayen, do you want to draw Thursday?
I will see if I can draw Thursday.
I'll try to organize something. Maybe we can get some time at that library or someplace up there. Yeah, but how awesome was he web running the server? That's the real question.
We never really had any problems.
No one made a lag machine.
I usually disassembled those.
How you know one was running?
You can tell. those are incredibly obvious.
Yeah, but how you know where it is?
So generally with lag machines, you can, how to describe it? A lot of the ones, particularly back then, were entity based. So the way you could do it was if you turned on F3, you could turn until you saw a crap load of entities. And you'd literally just turn and you'd figure out where the highest spike of entities are and you'd head to that.
Oh, snaps. All right.
Well, thank you very much, Rosso.
Now he's working on creating this community and doing a good job of that too. It's a little bit different though. Okay, so we've got this guy.
Whoa there, guy. Is your maquette naked?
They're always naked.
Whoa.
So we're totally gonna get ourselves kicked off again.
Whoa there, buddy.
Yeah, but don't tell the server that they'll ban us.
But yeah, I'm slowly trying to come back onto YouTube and all that, so. If you hang around my channel, you'll see more of my ugly mug.
Your mugly ugg.
Yes. So are we going to get Andy on the show at some point?
Well, there was discussion of it. But haven't seen much yet. That doesn't mean no, just he hasn't shown interest yet. So
What is that weird noise?
probably our weird music. Earlier, our music sounded like sirens.
Those are good times. Holy crap, Pepper! How many cards you got?
36.
4 billion.
Whew.
That's a lot of cards.
There's a lot of cards.
Pepper, you're also invited on Thursday. Should everybody wish to get together?
As always.
Okay. Thank you. I'll be realistic. I may not show up.
That's
fine.
totally fine. Just so long as you know you're invited.
It's not that I don't want to. It's the fact that I have about 1.5 feet of snow on my driveway and I don't want to deal with it yet.
You don't
That's
got
fair.
an HOA down your neck about that?
Huh?
You don't have an HOA down your neck about that yet?
No, I don't live in an HOA.
Must be nice.
We purposely found homes for our second house because we've lived in an HOA before, and we specifically asked no HOA
That's probably why.
because we were not going to deal with that stuff again at all. We had our first house that we owned in Colorado. We had members of the HOA board would like literally walk by every single house and write up people on a daily basis, and I was just like, you know what, this is stupid. So we thought we would be fine if we moved out and rented the place out because there's nothing against it. They went after our renters.
Oof.
And like the first renters, like we dealt with it fine and everything. Our second renters, the board figured out we were renting our house out, and they basically like kept fining our renters to the point of like it was like ridiculous. We like figured it out that they were like they just didn't like them. Meanwhile, our management company said, there's nothing wrong with these people. Leave them alone. So we sold that house. We just didn't bother renting it out again after the last one left.
Yeah, HOA definitely suck.
I mean, I don't mind HOAs if I was in a condo situation. That makes sense to me, you know? Everyone has to pay for like the maintenance of like the common areas and stuff. But like if you're in a row house and you're paying for an HOA and you start looking at those fees, man, I have to say, like, we were being charged for maintenance of a pond. We had no pond in our community at all, ever, never.
That's screwed up.
And like
Hello,
there was
Max.
hey Max, there was like a few other things that we realized that we
Hey,
were
Max.
paying for. I just don't like HOAs. I do have a nosy neighbor. Her name is I'm not gonna give her name, but like I nickname her Gladys, as in Gladys Kravitz. You know, she comes over and reminds us that we have to do our stuff every so often.
You tell her pound 10, I'm sure.
Huh?
You tell her pound 10, I'm sure.
Well, the other day she was throwing bread in our yard to feed the squirrels. So, because apparently we're supposed to feed the squirrels bread now.
That's bad for them, actually. They don't process it very well.
Yeah, I knew that. Like, if I'm gonna put food out for the squirrels, it's gonna be like nuts,
Yeah, it's not
nuts, fruit,
carbs.
stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, that's not gonna.
Can confirm, Max, as I do work for TSA.
As someone who works for the TSA,
I'm just right now. I'm just trying to figure out whether or not how I'm supposed to like number these cards. Because right now I have the card numbers like in a temporary spot. The printer I'm working with, like I have to have like the artwork doesn't make sense if I try to go borderless. And so now I'm just trying to make everything look nice and decent. But I still have
a lot of
the
people
numbers. I thought I could do what I was doing earlier, but I don't like it. I'm talking out loud, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I was just responding to Max. A lot of people doing this now because I work for TSA.
People judge you because you work for TSA? What?
Oh, yeah, you would not believe the amount of vitriol I get.
I judge you,
I mean,
but most
I
people judge you in general. I'm teasing.
I mean, I just had I had a conversation with my brother about TSA and today because he wants to travel to Turkey. So,
what's the question?
oh, he wants to know on how to get a visa to go to Turkey.
That's U.S. consulate or Turkey's.
Well, yeah, I told
Turkish
no.
consulate.
You have to go to the Turkish consulate to get a visa for going there for visiting.
Yep. As someone who has done that, gone to the Japanese consulate.
Wait a second. Don't all you need is a passport?
No, not for most of the Middle East, Eastern Europe.
You need a visa.
Most of the Eastern Europe nations, Russia. I think you also have to do it for most Asian countries as well.
Not Japan.
Not Japan because
Or
they
South
are
Korea.
allies.
Yeah, not South Korea or Japan, but yeah.
Yeah,
That's South Korea. I'm going there in a couple of months. All she needs is a passport.
Right, but if you're going to travel to a nation that does not have a known friendship with the United States, you need a visa.
Yep. Turkey does have a known friendship with us.
Unfortunately, the countries around it don't.
Yeah, that's good.
Their other allies don't like the United States.
Well, Turkey is quickly not becoming liking us either because we were defending the Kurds.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's basically what it is. This is the brother that got into a car accident. So, it's been interesting. I don't know. Because me and Bill at one point, we wanted to go to Turkey after going through, we had like this whole tour thing set up where we were thinking about doing it, but the price was just too high. It's like $10,000, almost $15,000, something like that. Where you start in Ireland, you go from the south to the north, you go over to England, then go up to Scotland, and then you go back down to Wales, cross over, go through France, go up through Germany to over to Poland, down through Austria, and then and then the travel was supposed to go all the way through Italy, all the way down to Sicily, and then from Sicily hop on a boat, go through the Mediterranean, and end the tour in Istanbul.
That's kind of Constantinople.
Not Constantinople.
No,
Um,
it's about the Turks.
it's only business as the Turks.
That's because we're all friends, right there. This is why we're all buddies. By the way, Jerry, I haven't seen you in a while. I was just wondering where you went.
I also do not like us, Max.
It's not that it like the passport situation. Like I swear, like when I was in college the first time, because it was an international school. I got to hear like a whole bunch of things from other people about it, and I have to say a lot of the stuff that they were sitting there complaining about is the fact that America puts a lot of restrictions on certain nations about coming to America.
Mm-hmm.
They find our security, the way that we do things, to allow people to use our airports and stuff, very weird and stupid. And so they kind of put us through the same stuff, same situation.
Yep, that is exactly what's happening. It's oh yeah, you're going to do that to our people? Well, guess what we're going to do?
Yeah, like I have a friend who she got her U.S. citizenship and she goes back to Iran because that's where she's originally from for visits and stuff. And before, when she was still an Iranian citizen, she didn't have to go through hoops or anything like that. But now that she's an American citizen, they make sure they go through all of her carry-ons, all of her luggage, everything to make sure that she's not doing anything contraband.
Yep.
So you have to think about that type of situation too when you're traveling.
Yep. I'm sorry to hear that, Jerry. Although, lived in Houston for a while. Not horrible. In Houston proper. It gets kind of weirder when you start getting outside of Houston. Like getting north of the 610 loop or Beltway 8, and things get kind of wild.
I don't know. Texas is Texas stuff.
Houston and Austin, though, are very different cultures.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. They are still in Texas.
They are. But the culture in there is different. I mean, like, we couldn't find anybody to play D&D with, and we had to go all the way into Houston to play D&D. But once we got into D&D, or once we got into Houston, everybody who was in there was pretty much just our kinds of people,
And how come all the drug dealers and gangsters talk about coming out of Houston?
It's because all the drug dealers and stuff like that are always in the big cities. Houston's still the fourth largest city in the United States.
Yes.
So I mean, no matter which way you put it, it's still they're still going to have that kind of problem.
No, I don't know how you go to Texas in the first place. Abbott said he's the worst governor we have in this country.
Yeah, well,
I can name a worse one.
Choice in the matter.
Other than DeSantis.
That's what Jerry. I don't think Jerry may have a. Yeah, if it was in Dallas, I wouldn't either. But at least in Houston, you've got Galveston's relatively close. Just hop onto I-45 and just go across the bridge, and that's not a big deal. And you know, and I mean, honestly, it's just a little over 1,000 miles from Houston to Denver. If you make that run, I highly recommend the route through Kansas. Even though that sounds horrible, and it is relatively boring, it's also much faster.
Is there a Buc-ee's on that route? Is there a Buc-ee's on that route?
There's a lot of Buc-ee's everywhere.
Yeah. Hey, there's a Buc-ee's coming to Colorado.
Yeah, oddly on I-25, which that kind of interesting to me.
Yeah, up at Johnson's Corner.
Yep.
Can't wait.
They have the cleanest bathrooms.
I'm going to make a pilgrimage out there when it comes out. When it comes here.
That's not that hard. All you need to do is head out to where Cayen lives. Cross through that area. Tearing it all up right now.
Johnstone Corner? You said?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The one where they sell those cinnamon rolls?
Yes.
They're the
So originally they wanted to buy Johnson's Corner, but the people refused to sell, so they're like, okay, we'll just put in our own right next door.
Well, that's kind of crappy.
Do you see it?
So they're going after Johnson's Corner.
Huh?
Are they building it out?
So they're going after Johnson's Corner.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I've been to the corner, and I have to say, like, there's really not much that you can do there. But they have places to sit down.
I just want their food.
Your food. Whereas at Buc-ee's, they have no seats, but they have lots of food.
Is there like?
So yeah, it's going to be interesting when the two come in.
What was that? I'm sorry.
It's going to be interesting when the two are in place, because I really think the Johnson's Corner needs competition there, because the management have kind of they've gotten complacent.
Not just the management, their cinnamon rolls do not taste good anymore.
Yeah, it's all because they don't have enough competition. They're literally just sitting on their reputation.
Yeah, because like my cousin and when we first moved here, we got some of the cinnamon rolls. And they tasted really good, and that was just that was only like a little over a year and a half ago. And then when we had the kids with us, we tried to get the cinnamon rolls for the kids because they loved them. They love all types of cinnamon rolls, and the kids wouldn't even eat them. And I'm like, kids that normally eat cinnamon rolls and are like addicted to sugar and they don't want them, something's off.
So have they broken ground on the Buc-ee's?
Yeah, it's almost built.
Mm-hmm.
Oh snap!
Oh, McCoy's. Except that I feel like McCoy's has kind of gone downhill a little bit too.
Also, I agree with you. Yeah, DeSantis is probably the worst governor in the country. Then Abbott.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have family. They're like, "Why don't you move back to Florida?" I'm like, "Have you seen your local governments?"
It's 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 Bugs Bunny just turning around and saying no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bless you.
Thank you.
I know this may sound wrong coming out of my mouth. However, if Jeb Bush was governor again, I probably would go back to Florida. And I know that sounds really weird, but he is a better governor than DeSantis.
No, yeah. A tree is a better governor than DeSantis.
So, out of curiosity, does anyone see this card that I just did? Like,
36?
the number?
I like 36. Hang on.
Well, no, not the 36 part, like the placement. Like, do you think having them all right there would be a good...
What are you trying to do? What are you trying to convey?
There we go. That's what I want.
Well, the type of card they're going to be in a deck for their Oracle cards. So, basically for entertainment, nothing serious. But each one has to have a number so they can look in a book for the definition.
Mm-hmm.
Have you thought about putting it at the top?
I thought of putting it at the top, but I have a lot of images in here that are kind of like I need the details of the top.
I don't think that there's anything wrong with this layout. I think it looks pretty decent to me.
I do too.
Yeah, it looks fine. Because, like, the 36 isn't covering up anything important. Like, the important thing is the turkey and the girl's reaction.
Yeah, I think that it's actually kind of cute that the 36 ends up being sort of what she's looking at. Like, she's like, oh no, looking at the 36. I think that's cute.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't always work out that way for every card, but like, I just need it to like kind of be good for overall. And yes, Genghis Khan would be better than DeSantis, Max. So.
I personally just hate conservatives with the burning passion.
You just hate Florida's governor with a passion?
I hate all conservatives with the burning passion.
Oh, okay.
And moving away from politics.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
yeah.
Go south quick.
Because now I'm going to start getting angry.
Well, that's okay. That's your right. If you vote, you're good.
About what?
Vote.
As
definitely vote.
as one of my relatives say, if you're gonna complain about politics, you better be voting.
Oh, I definitely vote.
And it was my dad's standing rule. Can't gripe unless you vote.
I definitely vote.
Gripe. Because like my first year or so, like my 18th year, I didn't vote. And I started griping. My dad's like, did you vote? And I'm like, no. He's like, you can't gripe. So I was like, dang it. So I voted every year after that just to spite him. And then I got used to voting.
Yeah, I had a friend. We're no longer friends, but he straight up told me that he doesn't vote because there's no point in it.
Yep.
And I was like, if you don't find any point in it, then please don't talk to me about anything.
Well, and that is one of the biggest problems that I'm running into right now is that there are a lot of people who are disenfranchised. It's
Well,
hard
what-
to franchise people.
It wasn't about being disenfranchised. It was the fact of, like, he would get angry for people telling him that he needs to vote. And everything, kind of like, but like if you told him, like, you know, if you just vote, he calls you a conservative. And it's like, no, most people vote. Like, seriously, most people vote.
I tried voting this year in front of poll watchers. It was kind of fun.
In front of a what?
So we're having this big issue now in some of the areas in Colorado where they'll have those poll watchers who think they're helping the system, but they're not
Okay.
because they're armed and they're trying to intimidate you not to vote or to vote Republican.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Now I see what you're saying. Okay, gotcha. We have those. There's people like that in Florida too. Yeah.
So the one in Brighton wasn't that bad. It was like one guy questioning everybody that came through the door until security got to him, which was funny.
Yeah. So I think I haven't run across that here since I've moved to Loveland. So
yeah. Why here in
It was
town?
just one crazy guy here.
Yeah. What was he doing? I mean, what was he trying? Was he You said he was questioning everybody.
Yeah, he was asking what they voted.
yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
You're not supposed to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot of people don't understand how the system works. Especially a lot of people who are mad about the system. Like they're mad about the system and they don't know how it works. You know, like they're using what they think the system should do and then getting mad because it doesn't do what they think the system should do. And I'm like, okay, but that's not how the system works. It's like, appreciate it, but that's not how the system works. You know, notice that a lot. Like, weird. The one I don't get, I've heard this a number of times, is the tyranny of the majority. I hear that phrase a lot.
The what?
Tyranny of the majority. As in, you have to have people broken up into, because I am a very straightforward, I have always been a direct democracy person, not a Democrat, a direct democracy, meaning we all just vote. And then whatever that vote is, that's what passes. And of course, that clashes with the people who say, you know, that's not how a republic works and stuff like that. And I get that, and that's cool. And I'll get into a discussion with that. But then they start talking about the tyranny of the majority. And the reason that you should always have a republic is so that you don't have a tyranny of the majority. And I'm like, okay, but
So we're going back into politics. Can we move away?
Can we not do that? Yeah, we can not do that. Anyway, just an interesting phrase.
I got a thing for my phone that has a corgi on it.
Corgis are cool.
I'm trying to figure out what 40k army I want to play.
What for? Like what?
Why on earth would you do that to yourself?
I don't know. I keep coming back to it. All right, just
Don't-
stop asking me, okay?
Don't judge him.
What are you wanting to play?
Warhammer 40k. I'm trying to figure out what army I want to play.
Basically, think about being in the most abusive relationship possible between a corporation and your wallet.
Right?
Don't hate.
So first marriage. Got it.
There was I actually played a game of tackling Alliance last Sunday, and we got we almost made it the first time around, but then unfortunately Jackie's ship got a warp core breach and blew up. But the second time we went in, we totally kicked butt, except that Kevin got killed.
The digital game Oh, sorry.
What was that, David?
I said what you need is more Kira class ships.
Right? I always do. There's a shortage of Akira class vessels in this world.
So, by the way, this is the card back I came up with.
That's hot.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, me too. At first, I was like, but then as I looked at it, I'm like, no, I like it.
Yeah. So.
I like it because it matches all the other stuff. Like the order.
Well, I got all the colors for like the borders and everything like that from the artwork itself. So I tried to make sure that it all matched in that respect. But I would like to point out that Bill was the one that made me think about doing this, and we nearly got into a fight this afternoon because I was trying to explain him how print media works when you try to make something to go to print. And he's like, but I've done that. I don't understand why you're telling me this now. And I was like, well, you keep telling me that to do this to show off the artwork as best as possible. But you want me to make everything so like half the image is gone.
Hey, Pepper,
What?
card 30. Can you raise the art up just a little bit?
This one?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's as far as I can go. Is that good?
Yeah, you just need to get the skull out of the. It was a converging tangent.
Yeah,
I'm converging tangents. Can't stand them.
Yeah, with this one, I can actually go a little bit this way too. Does that make it better?
Yes, thank you.
Actually, if I go one more, now the tip is going right in between the nose and the upper lip of the corpse.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
That works. I just wanted to get rid of I just wanted to kill the converging tangent. You know how it is with me.
Yeah, I know.
It's like crossing the streams except with lines.
No, I had to move this one around a little because I needed the girl to have her legs exposed.
Yep.
I didn't want her to look like she was like, Victorian era. Oh, you're showing ankles.
Oh,
How
no.
are they? Just trying to see. Now you're making me wonder if I have any more.
Yeah, I know, right? Like now I'm all into. Well, I get into the converging tangent thing. You know me.
Yeah.
I hate converging tangents.
But no, the company that I got a quote from today for these cards, after everything is said and done, I have to sell each deck that we're planning on selling for a minimum right now for $45 a piece.
What size deck are you making?
3.5 by 5
Tarot deck?
oracle cards, but yeah, they're tarot size. Yeah. But I was talking to my sister, and she was trying to find some things for her daughter because her daughter, basically, my niece has a hidden tarot card deck that my sister knows about, but hasn't revealed to her daughter that she knows that she has it. If that makes any sense.
It does.
Yeah, so
Is she against tarot? Is that why the daughter's hiding it?
Oh no! Any similar interest with her mother? My niece Ava basically rebels, but my sister Melissa and her are very much alike with their likes and dislikes. So, she doesn't like being reminded that her mom and her have similar interests. She's not.
So, I don't know if you're seeing my screen.
I
don't know
am.
if it helps you any at all, but Superior POD's got 3.5 by 5 for $12.63 a deck.
Yes, I went with a Oracle deck card that also does game deck cards.
Yeah, these
So,
do
like,
game
playing
cards.
and stuff. Huh?
These guys do game cards. That's why. Yeah.
Yeah. The one I went to, I forget what they're called. Let me see. I'm just gonna pull it up real quick. Shuffled Ink is who I'm going through. They're based out of Orlando area. I've known about them for a long time, so
Sure. These guys are out of New York. They're from upstate, and that's fine. I mean, I don't have any allegiance to New York.
yeah.
They've
The
been good
thing
to me in
is,
the past, printing out random decks.
yeah. The thing is with them, with the company I chose, and I got a quote from today. Their quote not only came under 5 minutes, the first initial quote, but I made a mistake when I was trying to give them the quote, like the information for the quote, and they got it back to me within like a half an hour. The new quote, plus they also do the box, and they also do little tiny pamphlets so that people can look it up.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah,
everything up.
all of those things are in here too, I guess. But which means you add all of those things, and you probably will end up being roughly about the same price. I was just saying that these guys,
Yeah.
if you were having a thing, I like these guys and they're good. So,
Yeah, the only problem is I already started working with these people, so
it's fine. Just helping.
Okay.
You know how it goes.
yeah.
So, question for you, Guy.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw this interesting shout out from Ron, saying how great it was to find, and he's doing all this stuff for Airship 27, and he had a big smiley face
Yes.
on your Facebook. It's like, is he having trouble finding artists?
Yes and no. I mean, sort of. So, the problem with Airship 27 is, and he's extremely upfront about this, You put the artwork in, and then they give you residuals of the sales of the book, and they're selling about, I don't know, 40 or 50 books a year. So, and they've got 200 some odd titles. So really, the residuals from this are, I mean, to give you an idea, Silver Pentacle's been on the market for a year. I have not seen a paycheck yet. So he's open about that. He's very, very, very open about it, and has absolutely no problem if people don't want to join up because they're not going to get paid, right? However, from my point of view, Ron is a respected, well-known writer in the field. And so just saying that I work for Ron Fortier is a good thing to put on my resume. That's really the way I look at it. Where people keep saying, people keep saying, do it for exposure. In reality, just being able to say I work for Ron Fortier is a thing. It's a thing. It made him happy. You know what I mean? Like, my work made him happy.
And that's a good exposure.
That's hard to say. Oh, I love your icon though. I'm just talking to S. Sai, who just came in on Twitch. Anyway, yeah. No, so is he having problems getting artists? Yes, because a lot of people don't want to necessarily work
for free.
For free.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm looking at this going, it's going to be a feather on my... I mean, people know who Ron Fortier is. He's a real person in the real comics world. So me saying I work for him and having legitimate verification of that is great for my resume. So I'm not going to complain. Besides, he's a good guy. You know what I mean? Like, he's a nice guy, and he's very supporting and stuff like that. And he's... the other thing is,
I've talked to him. He seems really nice.
Yeah, he also specifically has a rule whereby he says that that there's never any deadlines in here because we're all effectively volunteering. So, that is really nice, because he will let me take time off to work on Bellatrix Rising. I'm doing this mostly because Brent and I have been talking about just clearing this off my table. And if I do this last piece today, tomorrow, and the next day, because this is a big piece and complicated, once it's done, this will be it for all the interior illustrations. And so, but yeah, no, he's always on the hunt for artists who will be willing to do that. But he's, like I said, he's absolutely straight up and open about it.
Does he want busty animations?
I don't know.
I will probably say no.
I find him to be relatively conservative. So, I mean, it's sort of a thing. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he might find that to be. Besides, he does portfolio pieces to see whether you can match into the system. So that's another big plus for me is that Ron takes down my imposter syndrome. He's worked with Alex Ross. If he likes my work, you know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to hold up an imposter syndrome if somebody who worked with Alex Ross is like, dude, this is super impressive. You know what I mean? Like, it's really, really hard to keep.
Yeah, I get you.
But he did Terminator with Alex Ross. He wrote the Terminator comics, and Alex Ross did the art. So, like, that was, and I'm like, if you were, so that's one of the real reasons why I like working with Ron. It's really, really detrimental to my imposter syndrome. And the kudos, yeah, Donald, the kudos. That's a big thing. It's nice to hear. Why am I centered again? Oh, I know why I'm centered. Why are we all centered?
Yeah.
Why is your finances up? Don't put your
Because
finances.
I didn't think my stuff would show up.
It's showing up, Pepper. Thank
Hold
you.
on. There you go. Alright.
Do you want me? Well, we can't actually. I can't turn you off without turning off your audio too.
I'm done. I just had to do a voting thing because the board wanted my vote, so that's all.
Anyway, so yeah, I also think he's an infinite salesman. So I think he's always perpetually on the look out for Elvis.
Well, that's no other busty anime chicks.
You know what? You could always show him your portfolio and see.
I know someone that wanted to work with him that he does a lot of pinup artwork, but not the type of art pinup that you would normally associate with Ron.
Mm-hmm.
He did deny them to work with him because of that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
just keep in mind when you're going to show him stuff. That's all I would say.
He is, like I said, he's relatively conservative, so keep it in mind.
He's
in
from
fact,
England too.
one
So.
of these illustrations was of one of the characters unzipping her jumpsuit to have sex with this character, and he was uncomfortable with it. I mean, it was the author who wrote it, not him. So I just drew it. I was like, I don't care. Doesn't bother me. As I say often, doesn't make me no never mind. So.
Oh, so did you guys see the books that went on sale that they're putting on sale in Japan?
There are a lot of books going on sale in Japan. Could you be more specific?
Yeah. The biggest manga series ever.
One Piece?
It's not the biggest manga series ever.
Astro Boy.
Astro Boy.
All 400 volumes.
Tetsuwan Atom. If you're going to talk about the biggest series, it's Tetsuwan Atom. It always will be.
Yes. All 400 volumes went on sale for $858.
I'm not going to lie. There is a moment where I'm like, I wonder if I could find $850.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
I looked at one of my friends. I'm like, do you have a spare $850?
Right?
They're like,
Adam,
no.
a complete set of Tetsuwan Atom. That would be so good. I'm not. See, when you said the biggest series of all time, there was a pause there because I'm like, you're talking about Tetsuwan Atom. I'm like, oh, that would be so cool.
I got some spare change I could probably put towards that.
Right?
Now the question is it the translated English or in the...
oh, no, that's in Japan. They'd be in Japanese.
Japanese.
They'd totally be in Japanese. Be worth it. I'd have to suffer and struggle to read it. worth it.
I just sent a picture to your Facebook guy.
Oh noes. Oh noes. I thought we were friends.
Well, Guy, when you need a place to crash after Maya hurts you for buying the whole set, let me know. I'll get the bed ready.
Thank you.
It like that is not small.
No.
No.
Oh my gods.
Now, I have a question. Is it restricted?
You mean restricted?
There are certain publications in Japan that are restricted. They can't come to the United States. So is this collection that you guys are talking about, is that one of them? Is it restricted to be unable to be purchased in the United States?
I don't know.
think so, because I think Astro Boy has already been out here.
Yeah.
I know it's been out here. It's been out here for a very long time. I'm saying if you purchase it, I know it's going to be all in Japanese, but would it be shippable to the United States?
Oh, I see. I'm having the only reason I'm having a problem with this is I've never had an issue shipping stuff here from Japan, but I mean, then again, I don't.
But this thing is so big, it would need its own cargo ship.
Yeah. Juichiman yen. Oh my god, Juichiman yen. Holy crap. That's a lot of money. Oh, I am entertained.
Horrible practical joke on Maya. She wakes up tomorrow and you go, look at what I actually bought for us.
I have our anniversary present for this year.
And next year, and Christmas present.
Yeah. $844.61. Oh my god.
Well, I'm sure if you ask nicely,
Today.
you'll take 61 cents off.
Do what?
I'm sure if you ask nicely, they'll take the 61 cents off.
Right. Good night, Jerry.
Good night.
See you tomorrow morning.
Right. Oh, thanks.
We'll, you know what, man? We'll hang out here.
I agree with you.
And we will be here even if you move to Houston, we'll still be here. So you can keep hanging with us all the time. And we will be your connection to the reality of the world. In the meantime, good night, my friend. Oh, I'm still marveling over Juichiman yen. That's a lot of money. Tomorrow morning we'll wake up and be like, Mariah, they put all Tetsuan Adam out. It's only Juichiman yen. She'll be like, what? And she's like, that's 2 months rent. All right. I think I'm going to save and save often and then call this one until tomorrow.
Yeah, because it's after midnight already.
It are. I'm saving right now. Because this is going to take some time, this one. And it's creepy. Right? But I would. I'd find a place, Donald. Don't think I wouldn't. Oh, I would. I actually, when I was there, they had all of Gunham in hardback, and I thought about it. But then I didn't get it because it would have been hard to ship back. Like the original Gunham, so Battle Angel in English. They had the original Battle Angel, and it was all in hardback. Now they're releasing them in hardback over here, and that's cool. But it was a thing. I need to put it back there behind me. You guys need to be seeing Gunham behind me, you know.
Wait, are you talking about Battle Angel Alita or actually a Gundam series?
No. Gunnm. So Gunnm. And it's gun sign or gun dream is what the kanji read. That's what Battle Angel Alita is in Japanese. So, and that's Yukiko Shiro is one of my heroes. One of the people whose drawings I'm inspired to draw about. Like it's so I like to.
I like Battle Angel Alita.
Yeah, me too.
So
I'm that's what I was saying. Like I have downstairs some of the hardbacks, and I really need to put them back here on this shelf so that they're directly behind me. So when you're looking at me, you're looking at the shelf behind me, and you see the Battle Angel Alita books or Gundam books. I've got some Gundam books that are in Japanese.
well, it's like like I like Gunsmith Cats.
Yeah,
In Bean Bandit and everything.
Kenichi Samura. He's another one I'm very into.
But he did some stuff after after I found him and discovered like his work and stuff. After he did all of that, he did another series that I thought I was gonna like, and I ended up not. And I don't know. I lost like what he's up to still. So
Well, that was Bubblegum Crisis era, so you're back in that era quite a ways back. So it's he's had a lot of things change since then.
yeah,
That's been 30 years almost.
I know. Someone showed me a picture of his version of Dirty Pair. I don't think he actually worked on Dirty Pair.
Nope.
But like I think he did a drawing by request by someone of Dirty Pair, and I liked it. I wish they would give him the ability to make a Dirty Pair comic.
So Dirty Pair was made by Sunrise and Bandai.
Right.
Depending on which studio he was with at the time. The problem is that Bubblegum Crisis at that era was coming out of Gainax and Yomex, and those are two different.
Right. No, I'm just saying like I wish they would make that happen.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying I wonder if there was a reason why he did it, and I'm wondering if there's something out there that we could find. You know what I mean? Like there's some, sometimes if you can just figure out what they were trying to do, you can find like snippets and little bits and things that are cool. So yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just like, wonder what studios were, were the studios working together? What was going on,
Well, I think he actually did it for a fan. I don't think he did it for a studio. I just remember when I saw it, my first thought was that's the person that did Gunsmith Cats.
Right.
But it was done with like very quick marker and ink. And it was like the old, like the early version of Dirty Pair from like anime type deal, but like hit in his style, and I liked it. I really did. I wish that they actually did something with it,
Right.
but yeah, they love me.
Okay. La vie. You told him to say it. The thing is that there is a version of Dirty Pair which looks like this.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Because these are the novels,
Right.
which has some cool art inside.
Yeah, the artwork I'm talking about is not like that. It's very sketchy. Like he did
Sure.
it on Bristol board at like some type of event or something, and someone had to have requested it. That's the only way I know. I have yet to be able to find it again after coming across it.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was on Tumblr somewhere or something.
Right.
So
I always love reading Japanese novels, though. I mean, look, it's like so weird to see them going the wrong direction, so to speak. Get a kick out of it.
you're not going the wrong direction. You're just reading the wrong direction.
No.
You always gotta love the parent in the manga section at a bookstore, and they're going, "Excuse me, why are the books going the wrong way?"
Right.
And their kid is like, "Stop it! Stop!"
You're embarrassing me, Mom. You're embarrassing me.
Please stop.
Okay, guys, I'm out of here. I want to go to bed. So, thank you, gentlemen, for all joining me today. I will be back on live tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed it at that point.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Good night.